Dictation at the speed of 100 words per minute. Last 5 seconds. Ready? Start. At the same time, factors impeding industrial productivity will have to be resolved. We must take advantage of the favorable industrial climate. First and foremost, the ideal capacity in the industry should be fully utilized. We have also to improve the quality of management in administration and decision making. It is certainly very important that the level of management skill be bettered, and for this we must expand management training and provide better and more training facilities for educating the new generations of managers through professional and other institutions. Managers are conditioned by their social and economic environment and have to be responsive to it, and I feel that it would be worthwhile bringing this factor to the knowledge of managers through their educational and training programs. But by far the most important problem which needs to be tackled urgently is in the field of industrial relations. The success of any industrial enterprise largely depends on good industrial relations. If it has to achieve the objectives of maximizing production, ensuring fair and adequate returns to investors, and meeting labor's legitimate demands, the government has announced that it proposes to bring a comprehensive law on industrial relations, envisaging the setting up of an industrial relations commission both at the center and in the states. Besides establishing fair and sound personal policies, a satisfactory solution to the sharing of the gains of productivity may pave the way for better industrial relations. So, also examining the question of linking bonus above the agreed minimum with productivity might take a positive contribution towards improved industrial relations. The NPC certainly deserves the credit for working out broad guidelines and models for sharing the gains of productivity. I have always been pleading for a proper linking up of wages, productivity, and prices. Due to increasing cost of living, there has been a growing unrest on the part of the working class. This is but natural. At the same time, I would like to stress on my working class comrades that the primary responsibility of devolves on them to see that productivity and production are maintained at the highest possible tempo. There is no use of saying that the wages must be increased without any step in the direction of increased productivity if the wage factor is not matched by a proportionate or more than a proportionate increase in a productivity and production. The very system will not be able to adjust itself to the growing demands of labor. Our past experience has shown the phenomena of the benefits of increased wages being offset by the increase in prices. Labor should be paid what is due to them. Stop.